What's up guys? Welcome to Tech Happens, and today we're going to be going over the basics of the Plex Media Server. Now, what is there to know about Plex? Well, first off, it is media servers made dead simple. Literally everything about it is easy. And why do you need Plex? Because it is the easiest and most beautiful way to get all of your media to all the devices both in your house and outside of your house. So, how does it work? Well, all you have to do is go to their website, download the Plex Media Server software onto the computer that you plan to host all your media from, and then install it. Once installed, you just have to tell the server software which folders to look in to find each type of media, such as TV shows, movies, photos, etc. Once you tell Plex what files to look at, it will immediately start taking those files and matching them up with their metadata. If it's not already in the file, then Plex will go online and match it up. This is so convenient for when you're ripping your entire DVD library onto your computer and you don't want to have to worry about assigning pictures and DVD covers and plot and storylines and all that into the metadata of the file yourself. Plex takes care of all of that, and I'll show you that in a little bit. So now that you have the Plex Media Server software installed onto your computer and you're telling all your friends, oh yeah, I have a server for that, no worries. There is something else that you do need to worry about, and that is how many streams can your computer support. So first, it depends upon the video file type that you use and the codec that is used to encode that file. For example, if you encode something using an H.264 codec, then it's designed to be streamed by servers and really minimizes the load that will be put on your computer when streaming. But if you use something like a MPG or something with a much larger file size that needs to be encoded on the fly by your Plex server, it's really going to limit the amount of streams that your server can output. To show you the difference, I tested this out on the computer here behind me, which uses a 4th generation Intel Core i7. When encoding an H.264 MP4 file, it only used about 1.5% CPU power. However, when encoding an MP4 file that was not H.264, it used about 15% of the total processing capabilities of the computer. Now that's a big difference, so it's really important to pay attention to what codecs are used when you are building your media library. The RAM and graphics card in your system won't really affect the Plex Media Server, as Plex heavily uses the CPU, so that means for a good server you only need to worry about one component, the CPU. Now, if your computer can play an MP4, then it can most certainly stream one, but you'll have to figure out on your own how many streams your device can support. For reference though, this Core i7 4770, which is an 8-core processor, can only support about 6 streams if it's not encoded in H.264. So if you figure out how much faster or slower your computer is than mine, you can figure out approximately how many streams yours can support. Or just encode everything you have to an H.264 profile and you can really stream all that you want. You're not going to run out of bandwidth when the computer doesn't have to do a bunch of processing and transcoding on the fly. Now that I've talked about Plex and what it is and really why you need it, I'll show you how to install it onto your computer. Alrighty, to install Plex onto your computer, go to their website first at www.plex.tv. At their home screen, go over here to the download section. On the left hand side, go to the download Plex Media Server, and here we'll have a little drop down menu. Do Windows, Mac, Linux, or free BSD. If you do have a NAS that you'll be running your Plex server on, these are all the ones that it supports, which is quite a few. But make sure that your NAS device does have enough processing power to be able to handle all the streams that you plan on doing at the same time. So here I'm running Windows 10. It says this version is for anything Windows 7 Service Pack 1 or newer, so this will work just fine. Go ahead and start downloading it. Once that's done downloading, go ahead and open up the file and install it just like any other program on your computer. Now once Plex is installed, it'll usually show up in the bottom right hand corner where you can double click it and it will open up into your web browser. Now this is the place where all of your media is stored and where you can tell Plex exactly what files you want it to look at so that Plex knows what to show in your library. So first thing you're going to want to do is go up to the top right hand corner and click Settings. Here is where you can set up everything that you need for your server to run just the way you want it to. Under General, there's not too much here. Play theme music when available. It kind of plays the theme music of a TV show on the waiting screen. Kind of neat if you're into that. On the player, this is a little more important. Local quality, you could set that to whatever you want, probably original. So that way at your own computer you can get the best picture possible. Remote quality, this is very important because this is what sets the max amount of data that your computer will output per stream. So if you have a very capable computer and high-res video files, go for the 20 megabytes a second at 1080p. But if you do want to limit it because you're having lots of people streaming different files at different times, then you'll want to drop it down to 720 or maybe the low end of 1080. Then for the online quality, this is one of Plex's new services that they are offering, where you can now stream from your home Plex media server to your device even if you're not in the same Wi-Fi network. So if you are in a hotel halfway across the world and you still want to stream your movies from home, you can do that. So this sets the quality that it would get over the internet. So this really depends upon your internet upload speed. So if you don't have a great internet connection, I would probably set this pretty low, as with the slower internet you're not going to be able to upload enough data to effectively get a 10 or 12 megabyte per second connection. So we'll stick with the 3 megabytes a second for now. Then we have multi-channel audio boost. If your audio is not loud enough, you can change it there. If you want to do subtitles and your video files support that, you can just do the sizes. Then under extras, if you want to make it really feel like a movie theater, you can choose to play a few trailers before you start each movie. I guess that could be fun if you have some friends over and you want to impress them with your new server and its media capabilities, but not really into that. Then here under server, there's only a few things that you need to worry about, and that is under Transcoder. This is the Transcoder quality. So you can set it to automatic so it can figure out how much processing power you have to spare and use it accordingly, or higher speed, higher quality, or make my CPU hurt, which just means it will do the best possible quality at the highest expense to your CPU. Might as well. And the next one is you can pick how many streams you want your computer to max out at. So if you set it to 3 and there's already 3 people streaming, when the 4th person tries to hop on, it will simply tell them no. Then on DNLA, you'll want to make sure that you do have your DNLA server checked. And down here on extras, if you went ahead and enabled to watch movie trailers before your films, you can modify those settings here. Then up top we have users and devices, and that's just a section where you can see which devices are logged in to your account and what users are logged in. And you can set up multiple user accounts if you want to do that and limit access to each account accordingly. Then up top we have status, and this is how many people are currently streaming. So if I did have a bunch of people streaming from my computer right now, I would be able to see which device and what they were watching. Then over here, I could also stream this to a Chromecast if I had one attached to this account. One other thing I did want to mention is that Plex is built for almost every media device available. For mobile, they have iOS, Android, Windows Phone. They have Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire TV, Chromecast, Sonos, TiVo, NVIDIA Shield, Xbox One, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 and 4, Samsung Smart TVs. On the computer, they have a theater PC, Kodi, Windows, Web, and even more with some NAS systems and even Wi-Fi routers supported to use as Plex media servers. But now that our Plex media server is all set up, let me show you just how beautiful it is. So we'll go over here to the home icon, and first we'll go to movies. So this is how it looks. Everything is laid out beautifully. All these pictures, I didn't insert them. Plex found them for me. So I'll go ahead and click on one of these. Gravity. So as you can see, it creates the DVD picture and this backdrop picture. It brings in the time, the director, writer, cast, audio, subtitles, tells you it's 1080p, has AAC audio, and it's in stereo. And then it tells you the plot line of the story, who produced it, the rating, the stars, and you can change these if you want to. The year it came out, all of this data Plex figured out for me. I didn't have to insert any of it. So that is amazing. Now this file is on my computer because it's being hosted from here, but if I was on a different computer, I could download it so I could view it offline later. And in the off chance that it didn't get the metadata correct, I can go here and edit it and put in my own picture, my own plot, my own whatever else I want to do if somehow Plex messes up, which I've only had it do one time. Now there is one more thing about Plex, and that is currently I am using the free version. So let me show you the difference between the free and paid version. So here on their website, they have a comparison of the free and the premium. So any format, available anywhere, library organization, and you can read all these on the website if you want to really go through it all. But here's the important part, what isn't included in the free version. So in the paid, you have automatic photo tagging. You can set up Plex on a DVR and it'll automatically record your shows and sync them up to your library. You can do mobile sync, cloud sync if you want to send these videos from your server to your Android phone or iPhone. It will also be able to figure out all of your audio tracks by using software like SoundHound, and once it figures out what they are, it can pull all the proper metadata for them. It'll also pull up their lyrics, and it has mood mixes, which is custom playlists that Plex will make. And Plex Mix and Premium Music, which is kind of just different versions of the same thing. This is the part where I said you can have multiple users and each account can have access to different parts. You can enable parental controls so you can keep some content for some users and some content for other users. And you can see here for trailers, you can see the trailer of a movie before you watch it. Here you can upload your photos wirelessly from your phone to your server. You can get discounts in the future, and you get the early access to all of their brand new features as soon as they come out. And Plex is known for constantly adding new features to their software. So is Plex Premium worth it? That's a decision only you can make, but the free version does have quite a bit of capability and is definitely worth trying out. And that's all you need to know for the basics of using Plex. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a like if you liked it, or a dislike if you thought it was trash. Let me know in the comment section down below how cool you think you are with your new media server. Feel free to subscribe to keep content like this coming to you. And until next time, keep it fresh.